Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It podcast. We have a great show today with two great interior designers. We have Kerri Hubbard, who's the lead designer of Southern Mod Interiors, and Alisha Dobbie, who is the founder and principal designer. And we talk about all things interior design, what's hot, what's not, what's coming to South Carolina and Columbia. So I hope you enjoy.
This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Warren and Dillon, the Midland's trusted personal injury lawyers. Here's some great advice from our sponsor.
Hey there, Brett Warren with Warren and Dillon. I wanted to talk to you today about some of the biggest mistakes you can make when it comes to dealing with insurance companies. I think one of them is giving a recorded statement to the insurance company. The problem is that the insurance companies, they're doing these recorded statements to help their case and to hurt yours. And so they're going to ask some sneaky questions that are designed to hurt your case. One quick example, they'll ask how many feet away you were from the other car when you first noticed them. Nobody really knows the answer to that. But what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, you should have noticed that other car, and now you're 20% at fault. So do yourself a favor, just don't do it or talk to a lawyer first. Trusted advice, proven results, Warren and Dillon.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom, as always. Thanks for watching and listening. We had our 200th episode a few episodes ago with our oldest children, and we got a ton of good feedback from that. That was super fun, so thanks for the support there. And we have a great show today. We have two guests, newly launched their own company. We have Alisha Dobbie, who's the founder and principal designer of Southern Mod Interiors, and Kerri Hubbard, who is the lead designer of Southern Mod Interiors. And it sounds like you guys had worked together for a long time, and then recently you've gone out on your own and started your own interior design company.
That's correct.
That's awesome. So Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so give us the
Drama.
Give us the drama. Let's start with that.
There's no drama. We're just two moms chasing a dream.
Love that. Cool.
No, but really, like, we worked.
Stay right in the mic.
Sorry.
There you go.
We have worked together for a few years now. And I think it's really hard, especially in our industry, to connect with another designer that's kind of has the same brain as you. Mm-hmm. And so once we started working together, I was like, we have to work together forever. Yeah. And it just came to a point where we were looking to expand what we were doing. Yeah. And we had our own vision and dreams. And we were like, now's the time. Why not?
Great. Love that. Mm-hmm. So when you walk into a room or walk into a house, what's the dynamic between you? Do you both see the same thing at the same time, or do you see it different and it comes together somewhere in the middle?
I'd say both of those instances happen a lot. Kerri and I, like I said before, we kind of share a brain, so it's funny. We'll both say the same thing. We show up wearing the same thing a lot, or we'll just select the same stuff and share it with each other before we present it to a client. So it's great to have that, but we both have different skill sets too. So it's also that mix of what she thinks and what I think and how it would work and function and all the above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. So tell us then your individual stories, how you got into design, and then what's led you to here.
I'll let you go first because I've just been chatting.
Yeah. I moved here in December 2019 from Nashville, Tennessee, and I fell in love with the home world in Nashville. They have a lot of amazing design there. And when I moved here, I was a speech language pathologist, actually, so not in the design industry. And when COVID hit, I decided to leave that profession and open a home decor shop. So I did that and then opened another one that included more furniture, which kind of led me more into design as well. And then once those closed, due to inflation and everything that happened after COVID, Alisha had reached out to me and was like, hey, you want to come work with me at Gallup Design and Build? And I was like, yes, I would love to. So we, for the past couple of years, had been working together at Gallup, with primarily residential luxury custom homes, and learned a lot through that process and a lot through by Alisha and from Gallup and the people at the company. And yeah, so now we're just branching off and doing this all together on our own.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Columbia Family Chiropractic, with 3 easy-to-get-to locations, one in Forest Acres, which is by Trader Joe's, one in O'Neill Court by the DMV, and one in the Northeast by Sand Hills. You'll be sure to have somewhere near you. They offer a ton of services from corrective care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling for injuries, pediatric care, and a Class 4 laser. They accept all your major insurances. And if you mention this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. Check out their website at cfc4health.com or Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's cfc4health.com.
Was Alisha a shopper in your home decor store?
Yes.
I
Is that how
was.
you guys met?
That's how I
Yes.
first met Kerri.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like I said, our style's similar. In her home decor shop, I walked in and it was like, now we're
Nice.
talking. You know what I mean? Like in the South, there's a distinct style, and I wouldn't say that that's necessarily ours.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was just refreshing and very cool. And if you know Kerri, she's the most genuine, sweet person ever. And I was just like, she's a good person. She has good style. Let me see if she'll want to work together.
Yes.
Cool.
She's a good
Yeah.
person.
She's a good person. That's a lot in my book.
What was your story that got you into design then?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for about 10 years now. I started a design company in Florida. That's where I'm from. I've only lived in South Carolina for 7 years. So the first half of my career in this was in Florida. Same type of thing. I was in school for psychology, and I was just like, am I really going to get a job with this degree? Maybe not.
Right.
I was fortunately in a position where my husband was like, now's your chance. What do you want to do? If you could do anything, go do it. If you fail, fine. If you make it, awesome.
Yeah.
So I've always had a passion for design. I started taking on clients and building a portfolio and just saying yes. I said yes to every opportunity that came my way for probably 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, was I ready for a lot of those? No. Was I skilled for those? No. But people thought I was. And then sure enough, I did become that. And then I've moved here, and I still worked in Florida for probably the first 2 or 3 years that I lived here. I was traveling back, working with clients. I just
Really?
couldn't let go of that. Obviously, your career is a huge part of your identity too. And I was just like, I'm in a new state. I don't know anyone. And then I started getting clients here, and then was working with someone here. And then that kind of just took us off in this direction.
Nice.
And I'm assuming it's your husband that brought you to South Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. His job brought us here.
All right. Let's jump into design.
Sure.
So what are all the names of all the designs that are out there? Because I remember you guys came to our house and I was like hooked on, at the time it was like colonial, modern, chic, contemporary or something.
And that's the thing. You can really throw some words together and make it something.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. I was like Googling, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. And like they had this long thing. And I was like, is that really a style?
It's funny. I try not to put maybe just 2 words together.
Yeah, that feels right. Two words feels right.
But I really think it helps the client articulate what they like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It makes sense to me. I know what you're trying to say. I'm understanding the concept. But I would say like what we primarily hear or work with in custom home building and stuff is transitional, which is modern and traditional. That's a really that's
I don't even know if
maybe
I've heard of that.
more of our niche, like our particular style we like to do. Obviously there's like Southern Low Country, which is like Charleston or almost coastal, obviously modern.
Yeah.
And then there's like Craftsman. We don't really see too much farmhouse anymore, which is nice.
Right.
That was a vibe for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, modern farmhouse is the one that I
Yes.
always heard.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was gosh, I can't think of their name. Joanna Gaines. What was their
Yeah.
style?
I think that's what launched modern
Was it?
farmhouse.
Yeah,
That's
so
okay.
that's what I
Yeah.
know
Okay,
that.
that makes
probably.
sense.
Yeah.
Now, isn't modern traditional? Is that what you said transitional is?
Transitional.
Aren't those opposites? Isn't modern the opposite of traditional?
It sure is, but we find a way to blend them together.
You're right in the middle.
So I use the word timeless when I'm trying to describe a modern traditional because I feel like a lot of design styles resonate with traditional and a lot of people, right? But we just want it to be fresh and new. And so that's more of the modern. I'm not saying I'm going to do like black and white straight lines mixed with super traditional things. It's just a fresh take on a traditional timeless design.
Were there any designers on HGTV that you guys just loved?
I mean, I grew up watching HGTV.
Yeah.
I loved all of them, truly. And I still turn it on every once in a while. But I also have like a love-hate with HGTV because it's not very realistic.
Right.
It feels like their budgets are not real.
Don't you love
Too big
House
or too
Hunters?
small?
They're small. Like they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we did this for like 10 grand. It's like, that's like 40 grand of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, the floor is rotted. It's going to be an extra $3,000. They're like, no, that's
And they-
$30,000.
They do it in like a unrealistic timeline. They're getting all
Right.
this material, I'm sure, for free for sponsorships and partnerships and all the things. And then, all the 3D renderings, which we do a lot of those now too, but it's just that kind of an unrealistic expectation, I feel like, for clients.
Have you ever been hired for something weird like goth? Like, is there anything that you'd be like, yeah, I could still pull that off? Or more like stick to the style that you're.
No, I mean, we do have a style, but I would say being a good designer, you can adapt, right?
Yeah.
Especially with custom building, I can be very adaptive to styles when it comes to the hard finishes. We're picking out cabinetry and flooring and tile and all that stuff. We can adapt. If someone wants to be super specific on furniture and decor, I'm going to speak up and maybe say we aren't the right fit for you. I will refer you to somebody else because that's just a lot harder. Weird or odd things that, I mean, I'm trying to think. There's definitely instances where I'm like trying to talk people out of something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's not good. But I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing.
And what do you say? Do you say like, that's a no? How do you say no to somebody?
I personally don't have a hard time saying no.
You're just like, no. You're like, ick. Don't say that again.
Disgusting.
Gross.
I feel like another reason we're good designers is we get to know our clients. So you're like getting to know how you can talk to them. I'm not going to offend somebody right away and say no. Sometimes you can't say that to somebody, but I can be like,
Right.
hey, I don't say the word no, but I'm like, hey, I see the concept. Let's just turn this way a little bit. And here's 3 other options that would get you that.
Right.
Right.
And then
That's good.
They-
I love
you
getting
know?
that.
You know?
When people say that to me.
But there are some where I'm like,
I get that a lot.
there are people where you just have to look them in the eye and be like, no, that's not good. And they respect it.
Yeah.
So how would I know what my style is? Because I've always struggled
Oh,
with
this
that.
is good.
This is good. And this is what I tell our clients because so many people say that. I say, okay, most people know what Pinterest is or Instagram, right? Like we use those all the time for inspiration or like building a board of what you like. I tell my clients all the time, go back on your Pinterest board and look at everything you've saved. And you will notice that there is a style or a repetitive aesthetic that you may not even realize that you've saved it for these reasons. But there is a vibe right there. And that is what you like. And then I just have to maybe point those things out to them or make it a little more obvious. But I think a lot of people struggle with that. They're like, I don't really know what I like or what's my style. And I'm like, let's draw it out. Let's get you to
Just look at a
realize
few.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would look at their Pinterest board and then you could probably figure out how to put a name to it.
That's right.
You're contemporary, modern with traditional.
Spanish, Greek
Exactly.
vibes.
I think a lot of times too, it's not so much about like the name of the style. I mean, like someone could come to us with transitional style and their houses look completely like different
Yeah.
because, they have different colors they like or, whatever it is. But it's just, I think that like sometimes people get so fixated on the name of the style that they're just like, and they try to put themselves in a box. But
Sure.
a lot of the times, like we can bring in the traditional elements to like a pretty like contemporary home. And, it's just like focus more on go to Pinterest. What does your, like, what are you drawn to? What colors do you like? How do you want the room to feel? just kind of like a little bit more of like, what do you want the room to function like or the house to function like? And then you can kind of like put it all together. And yeah, we will probably be able to give you a name for it if you wanted it.
I think I would like that. It would feel good to be able to tell people what I am.
Help identify
Your identity. Yes.
I love the idea of a feel, which I don't think I don't know if do you feel things when you're in
I
a
don't
room?
really feel anything.
Well,
But I'm big
we're
on
gonna
not
help you with
stubbing
that.
my toe. Like, I want to
He's
have lots of
functional.
space.
Yeah. And
Can he roller skate in an area?
and that might be important to you. We're going to be like, we're going to focus on that for that particular area.
Yeah.
And that is part of the design for us is like, how does it feel? How
Walk
are you-
around shoeless in here.
What do you want it to feel like? And that's another way to ask a client what they like. They might not be able to tell you what they
Yeah.
want it to look like, but they can be like, oh, I'm going to use this space doing this with these type of people, with these activities, and I need to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And we're like, okay, we're picking up on that. And that helps with design too.
Yeah. Is it so? I'm into darks right now, like bedroom, dark color wall,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Color drenching.
Color drenching.
Is that what it's called?
No.
I just did it.
Wait. Is color drenching though where you like your trim
It's
matches
the
your wall?
ceiling and the
walls,
whole
the
room.
trim,
Oh,
the
God.
ceiling.
I don't know if I'm
the
into
windows.
that. Is that the thing now?
I mean, it's been a thing for
Really?
a long
It's
time.
hot.
I think more so you see it with different like
Yeah.
darks. Some people are scared of that.
Yep, I just did navy in my bedroom.
But also it's like, it's paint. It's literally the
You can change
easiest
it.
thing to change.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess how do you build, like, I don't see many photos around dark rooms.
Well,
like,
come to our pages.
you look. Really? Because that's like I love that, like, I want to be sleepy and
Yeah.
romance and
It definitely
sexual.
sexual. It sets the tone for sure.
Right?
Uh-huh. We had a client once that described everything as sexy.
Yeah. That's,
They were like, is this sexy? I was like, yes. Yes.
and then I guess, can anything style with that? Like metals or wood or
Absolutely.
ceramic? I don't know.
Plastic.
Plastic.
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think about the spaces that we've done dark and we have all sorts of, like we have metals and woods in there, but
Yeah.
also we have people who bring in like light linens and stuff. So you can make it work. Absolutely.
You know what else I love are black and white photos.
I know.
I
See?
think those are I think they're timeless. Is that in the timeless list?
There you
That's
go.
what we were going to say. It's timeless.
Feels-
We like some color, but some photos
Yeah.
could have too much color and then it's just throwing off things.
So there was a trend for a while about just painted brick white houses.
Yeah, I love
Is
that.
that still hot?
Yeah, absolutely.
and black.
Yeah, people are afraid of that though.
I know. Randy
Yeah.
takes risks.
I did.
Did
I
you
went.
paint your house
Yeah, I
black?
went charcoal.
See?
Whole
Love
brick
it.
house charcoal,
I love
Love
that. Yeah.
and it turned out fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are those people out there that are like anti-painting brick or,
Yeah.
who put the carpet over the hardwoods type of people. There's brick out there that's meant to be painted, like literally.
Yeah.
It's made
Yeah.
to be painted. It's just a different design. And then there's other bricks that are turnkey and are just ready to go up. So there's a place for everything.
And it's age. Generally, that would decide that. If you're 55 plus, you think that paint should never go on a piece of brick. And if you're 30 to 35, you think everything should be painted brick.
That's somewhat true. Yes, absolutely.
What kind of hot floor plans are out there? Is open concept still like the big thing? Are we closing rooms now? Are we doing glass?
Yeah, I feel
All of
like
it?
for a while, open concept was all the rage. But really, a lot of people are going back to closing off rooms and making them function for a purpose,
Yeah.
more intimate settings.
Sure.
We still do both, obviously. And I think it's a personal preference at the end of the day. But I think a lot of people struggle with open concept because
Hey, how do you design? Like, where do you put furniture and all that? Yeah.
so it really needs to be an intentional architectural design and then carried through with furniture and how the space will work. Because I just think a lot of times they're too open and you have wasted space.
For new builds, what are some cool things they're doing? Are they basing things around, put an outlet in the floor here because this
Sure.
is always going to be a lamp,
Right.
or
Right.
whatever?
Yeah.
What are you guys seeing in the new? And are you involved? You guys would be involved in the process so that you're kind of walking the architect through. Like, we want to put
Yeah. Yeah, we highly encourage our clients who are building to have us work with their plan draftsman, architect, because so much of the design goes through that part of it.
Yeah.
More and more, of course, we see like wellness centers and wellness rooms. That's huge.
Saunas.
Absolutely. That's huge. So we're customizing electrical plans and layouts for stuff like that.
Wine rooms.
And wine
Like a sitting
cellar.
room for wine, or just like the storage?
We've done both.
Really?
We have some clients that spend a few $1,000s more of just a display. We have a client that spent 6 figures to design a wine room. So
shit.
it's like there's something out there for everybody. And that's more of like someone who's like collecting and preserving wine.
Yeah, like an investment for them.
Yeah, it's temperature controlled, like the way the wine is laying. It's not touching the cork, and like all these things that we have learned. And then like sculleries, which is basically an extended pantry or dirty kitchen, some
Those
people
are
call
nice.
it. It's so cool. They're so multifunctional, and that is a huge request right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you have too much money if you make a second kitchen so it looks like your first kitchen isn't being used.
Yeah.
I get it.
What about places to hide or secret doors?
No, that is a great question. That's
Like hide and seek.
That's a huge one too. We do a lot of hidden doors that look like bookcases, or safe rooms.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Safe rooms anywhere from ammo gun storage safe room to we're hiding from someone trying to kill us safe room. Like we've done them all.
Or a red room?
I have not done a
You
red
haven't done one of those?
room. No.
Different category.
You just have hidden bookcases everywhere.
Golf simulators.
Yeah.
You guys done any of those?
We
like a
have.
room for that?
Yeah. Those are, I feel like, becoming more of a thing.
Yeah.
We just finished a house that had one, and it was super cool. They had the cameras around. They had like almost stadium seating, like a second level for people to
That's sick.
watch. Little bar shelves in there. Yeah, it's super cool.
What's like a golf simulator room running? Like if
They range. They have a heavy swing, because you can get some that just have like the drop
The basic,
screen
yeah.
and like the simulator, and it's not really going to pick up if you hit this way. So you could get that for a few $1,000s, but I mean, you can spend 10, 20, 30
yeah.
grand on something like
Definitely.
Yep. Any no's in designing? Like, give you an example. I was told that you should always try to add square footage or add a bathroom or create another bedroom for the value add, I guess, of a house.
that. Sure.
So when I'm thinking of no's, would it be like if you just moved your kitchen somewhere, which is going to cost a ton of money, but it didn't change, like it's going to be cool for the person.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Does that add value at all, or is that a no?
I think it depends. Like we always try to guide our clients, especially if it's a remodel. Like what's going to be the ROI on this, right? Like,
Right.
are you staying here for a long time, or are you going to resale? And let's talk about how much money you're going to put into that and what we're going to change. And are you going to get that money back? Like, is
Yeah.
it going to be worth it? Because unless your kitchen is like right when you're walking in your front door, really changing the location of it is going to probably be more of a preference thing.
Right.
So I would say it just,
How about adding windows? Does windows increase value?
I think it's a necessary add for sure.
Yeah.
Especially in new construction too, where like, don't try to save on your windows. Add them where you can, make them as big as you can, upgrade the style of them, because alone they can be such a huge design feature.
Yeah.
And just natural light is you can't pay for that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You got to have it.
What would be some of your favorite projects, or can you think of a favorite project?
I mean, I have favorite projects for sure. I think the ideal client is obviously someone who hires us because they highly value our skill set and our design aesthetic. So they're like, I want to hire you to pick your brain and get a beautiful product because they love our style. Like I said earlier, we can adapt to styles, but when you can do a style that you naturally gravitate to, that's your ideal client. And you don't have to have an endless budget. You know what I mean? That's nice too. But to me, I would say someone who just really values what we do in our style and wants us to execute that for them. And we have a client right now who we are building, working with a builder on their custom home, and we're also doing interior styling for them. So we're doing the design from the floor plan to the furniture and decor. And she's the sweetest thing ever, and her style just resonates with us. It's such a natural process with her. That's the ideal client
Right.
for us.
Yeah. Less back and forth, less
Yeah.
revisions. I mean, revisions are fine, but it just makes the process go a lot smoother.
Yeah.
And then what would be a budget range for someone? Like if they just wanted to decide on what kind of couch to get, that's probably smaller than what you would do. But if they want to
Sure.
open 40, they're building
Sure.
40 homes, that might be beyond what you would want to do.
Yeah. I'm always open to a consultation because you never know, right? Someone may only be able to hire you for a single space right now, but they may build a house in the future
Right.
or have a remodel or do something else. And again, if they're a good person and they're nice, like I'm down to like try to collaborate
Figure out.
together. And we have packages that range from an hourly rate for something simple or small up to, a 12-month package of a custom build and how many hours and all the things that go into that. So we have a good range. I don't like to try to say like, we don't do that type of stuff.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
How many projects do you guys take on at a time?
Well, that also fluctuates depending on what type of project it is. So obviously new construction, we're in those relationships with those clients for up to 12 months. And then if we're just doing like interior styling, sometimes we can knock that out in like 4 weeks. So I used to design what we did. One year we did like 16 custom houses in 1 year.
Yeah.
And so really, I don't want to do more than like 5 or 6 during a month.
Right.
Like where we're picking out selections and making design books and curating design proposals because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes when we're not with the client of sourcing and selecting. And I mean, that literally is the most time consuming part of our job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess speak to the process that you kind of alluded to some of that stuff. So like what is the full process? Somebody calls you guys and then walk us through so the listeners here.
Yeah. So on our website, we have like a book a consultation or just like tell us about your project and maybe we can work together. I always love to do a consultation. So we're going to meet the person at their job site or at their home and even before that, I'm like, what's the project scope? What do you have in mind? And I always ask for pictures because again, like not saying I only want to work with a particular client, but if their style is just so different and I know I may not be able to execute it how they want, I'm happy to refer them out. So we always get to know that before we go meet them in person. Right. But yeah, once we meet, we find out the project scope, and depending on what type of project it is, we have a process for each of our selection processes. And it really goes through like getting to know the client, what they're looking for. Let's help you with the budget if you don't know that. And then Kerri and I spend a few weeks really developing a design proposal that we curate and deliver to the client, and that kind of kicks off the collaboration with them.
Do you guys sketch? Like, are you guys artists?
I
Not
don't.
an actual.
I don't. I used to paint all the time, and I see
Oh, really?
like designers now like sketching, and I'm like, should I try this again? But no, I don't currently do that. I wish I would.
What kind of things were you painting?
I'm picturing like abstract. You're throwing sticks against the
it was
wall.
more just like textural, abstract, maybe some florals.
I wish.
But yeah, I haven't done that in probably 15 years though. So
What other tools do you guys use? Like what programs?
So we live off Canva.
Canva?
That's
Nice.
a huge tool for us. We make all our design books and design proposals on there. We use Pinterest, obviously, for inspiration and just to help deliver a concept to a client because most people are visual. We're looking into SketchUp right now so we can do our own 3D renderings, which is,
sweet.
again, huge for clients. But I would say our most used tool is definitely Canva.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like Canva's easy enough to use, but it has so many features that you can keep doing
So many
more and more and
features.
more.
Absolutely. Like Kerri is amazing at like curating documents and just like delivering a beautiful presentation to a client. Like she's taught me so much about that. Cause I was like boots on the ground with the client and Kerri's like, well, let's let them see it like this. And I just opened up a whole new world of design. So she's taught me so many tools on Canva, but yeah, and clients really appreciate that / need it. Cause again, it's a visual for everybody.
So I'm very curious about your husband's then. We haven't talked anything about your husband, but I feel like you would both have very strong opinions about how things should look and where things should be. And I'm assuming they probably would have their own preferences as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just built my own house about 1.5 years ago
With your husband?
with my husband.
Yeah.
So that was a fun experience because he was like, well, obviously this is like what you do. So
I remember sitting in on meetings with like you and your husband and me. And it was like, okay, what should we do for our exterior selection? I'm like, I don't know. You make the decision.
yeah, he had maybe like 1 or 2 areas that he was specific on.
Well, were they
Really?
gym?
That's
like
The
very
home
few.
gym.
gym?
The
Yeah.
home gym.
Do you walk into the home gym and you're like, oh, this could have been set up so differently?
No.
You don't, you're just like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's
All right, home gym's good.
home gym, and he was big on like exterior look and colors. Of course, I think
Nice.
anyone would
Yeah.
be. And then we have a room in our house called the library. We don't sit in there to read, but it's like
Has books.
It has books, and we do coffee and cocktails in there. And like he wanted that to be a certain vibe too. But other than that, like he didn't even know what I picked out for a lot of things. He was just like, yeah,
Figure
Sure.
it out. Yeah. Nice.
That's awesome. What about ceiling height? Did he care about ceiling height? Because that's big for me.
yes, he did. My husband's 6'4", so he's very much like you. Obviously, we can have no lower than 10-foot ceilings in certain spots. And I did a designer whoop / oh well to him while we were building. We have 2 shower heads in our primary shower, and the one that's like on the wall, the normal shower head, is too short. He can't even stand under it. And it was like roughed in. And I worked for the builder who built my house, and I easily could have been like, hey, we need to bump it up. But like, I never told them that it should be bumped up to begin with. So it was kind of a mistake. And I was like, it's fine. We have a rain head and you have an outdoor shower. So
So library's a good room that I didn't
Yeah.
even think
Yeah,
about.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about like a smoking lounge? Is that a thing?
So
What are smokers doing?
dying early. No, I'm just kidding. We did just do a house where the homeowner wanted to be able to smoke cigars and it like filter in the
Oh,
home.
yeah.
And so that was executed. He wanted a cigar lounge, like poker vibe.
That's cool.
But that was literally the only one I've ever done like that.
Nothing for cigarettes? Like, what are the average cigarette smoker doing?
I can't say I've designed anything for a cigarette
Siggy.
smoker.
Focused.
Like,
We
let's
want
just go
an
to the back
ashtray.
porch.
All right. So what's a typical day in the life for you two? Are you guys in the car a lot? Are you in front of a computer? Are you coffee shop? Do you have an office? Are you at houses?
Well, I would say right now our day-to-day looks very different. Kerri obviously is expecting her second child.
Nice.
So she does a lot of remote working
Yes.
at
Mostly
home.
remote.
And it always just depends on the day. Some days I work from home or a coffee shop, which is a great reason why we started our own business. Because before I was at work all the time and out the door. And then there's other days where I'm at project sites or doing consultations or just out and about with clients at vendors and whatnot. So it kind of just depends on what we're working on.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys greeted each other like you hadn't seen each other in
I
weeks.
know.
I was expecting you to walk in and just like, oh, hey. And
I
like you guys were
know.
hugging. Oh, it's so nice to see you.
a couple weeks.
Haven't seen you
It's
in
been
forever.
a couple weeks, but I always greet her like that regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, hi.
What are you doing if a husband and wife disagree?
Oh, that happens. I think every project.
What's the move there?
Well,
Pros cons list.
Well, first I like let them hash it out, right? I want to hear
Step back and kind of
both sides and understand what the vibe is there.
Yep.
And then, I mean, I'm gonna pick a side.
You're gonna you're jumping on a
I'm gonna
side.
be like, we should totally do what your husband just said or what your wife just said because of X, Y, Z. And so,
And then
but
that's kind of
it's every house, every house,
there has to be.
every house.
Yeah.
I love that. Our realtor Penny Broach is like that with me and my wife too.
Yeah.
And actually sometimes us where she just
Yeah.
has to aggressively tell someone they are completely wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not always me, but it's often me.
I find it as a form of a safety. If a client wants to have that conversation in front of me, we're on good terms and I'm here for it.
And you have to tell the truth, right?
Yes.
That's what I think about. If somebody asks, how do I look? You should just tell them the truth.
You got to tell them.
Because
Look
if you
average.
lie to them, if they look bad and you tell them they look good,
Yeah.
then your opinion means nothing.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
you.
what are we being hired for if
Yeah.
we're not
Exactly.
gonna like steer them in the right direction?
That's what I mean. You
Right.
guys have this like fine line of like being nice but like direct.
Right.
Yeah. We never want to make a client feel like we are taking over their house or we're pushing anything on them. But I think that's part of being a good designer is just getting to know someone and how you can communicate with them and helping them execute what you know that they want, because we've seen pictures or we've talked about it and we went through plan design for your house and we know exactly how you want it to function. But yeah, it's never, as a designer, you should never be afraid to be able to help
Yeah.
direct. I mean,
But also at the beginning of the process is really important too, to just make sure that, we're a good fit for each other
yeah. Yeah.
before
Yeah,
you get
nice.
into the
Yeah.
project.
Yeah. I think you got to have a good vibe with someone to work with them, with the industry we're in. Because we can design a beautiful house all day, but if we're like
not
this with
vibing.
the client, it's not going to be good for anyone.
Gotta have a cigarette together, maybe like
That could bond us.
which we don't promote. So say somebody has an endless budget, they're gonna redo their kitchen. Well, give me the things that you're just like,
yeah.
we gotta put this in, gotta put this in, gotta put this in.
Sure. If you had an endless budget and you were redoing your kitchen, we love paneled appliances.
Paneled up, like built in.
They're,
Can't even tell where the fridge is.
they're integrated.
no,
You
I
walk,
like
you
that.
walk
I
around
like
there
that.
not knowing where the garbage is, where the fridge is, if it's the dishwasher.
Yep.
You have to have labels. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, the paneled appliances, or even just like chef grade appliances where you're going to have a 48-inch fridge or just something that's not standard, obviously, is a big must. I think cabinetry has a huge, obviously, swing in cost. So what type of wood are we working with? What features and functions does it have? And then we love to do like a furniture piece looking island. Whether it's like a thick mitered slab or it just has like DuPont edging or something,
Yeah.
something to just spice it up where it's just not your typical grade.
Counter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ice
Love that.
maker, gotta have.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone loves an ice maker.
Yep. Multiple dishwashers.
We've been seeing and doing double dishwashers.
Yep.
Whether they're flanking the sink or they're doing a standard dishwasher or putting a drawer dishwasher like in their coffee bar
yeah.
or in their pantry. That's really big. The drawer appliances have been really big this past year.
Yep. Is there anything that looks good that you guys have seen that doesn't cost a lot? Like where you're like, this is a great bang for your buck. And maybe it's in cabinetry. I don't know. Like where like the finish looks good, but it's not.
She said picture molding, which
Picture molding?
is a way to kind of just spice up some walls. And it's literally the most affordable piece of wood you can get.
$7 of wood.
Yeah. But really, I'd say you have that in any selection you're working with. Like
Yeah.
you could show me a picture of a $250,000 kitchen, and I'd be like, cool, you could get some quartz that kind of looks like that, and do this that kind of looks like, you could still get the look. So I feel like there's always a splurge versus save option with everything.
The built-in like coffee makers. So here's what I was wondering about those. Our friend has one. What if it breaks? What are you doing?
Well, it's just like any other appliance. You'll just get it serviced. But really, those.
Like it has to. The new one has to fit into the space that.
Oh,
you,
sure. Like you're customizing your cabinetry for that, so you're kind of locked in 100%. But most of them, I mean, you're paying enough for them.
Right.
They shouldn't break.
Right.
I'd say the ice makers are the most pain in the ass appliance out there.
Yeah.
There, and do many single people, or are they mostly couples?
It's mostly couples, but we actually are meeting with, I think, a single person. I mean, I don't know.
Really? Because I'm picturing like a bachelor pad would be so cool.
Yeah.
If you just, and I mean, I obviously have like my vision for
You're
what that would
live
be. But
vicariously through this person.
have you ever seen the movie Suits?
No.
So everything, it's awesome. It's worth watching. Or I guess it's a show. It's a TV show,
I've
not a
heard of it.
movie.
Yeah. But I haven't seen it.
But there's a guy in there, Harvey Specter, who every house that he has, every apartment is so sleek and cool.
Yeah.
But every time I sit there and watch it, I'm like, you cannot pull it off with a wife because they would not like that.
I think that would be super fun because obviously that's not happening often.
Right. Or even, I guess if it was a single woman, she might want like everything very a certain way that maybe she doesn't have to compromise anywhere.
Right. There's no compromises if there's not another person involved. Yeah.
And animals I'm seeing are basically becoming part of the family. So they need their own room and they need their own shower and bathroom.
We have a handful of clients in plan design that's like, I need a dog room, I need a dog shower, I need a dog bowl integrated in. Yeah, animals are definitely part of people's families, and they are part of the design process.
Have you seen any of those where like you sweep the dirt into like a built-in vacuum? What are they called? Floorboard?
Yeah, I
Sweet.
haven't done that yet, but I want one of them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Just throw shit in there.
Yeah, I feel
Anything
like
on the floor.
yeah, my kids would just.
You'd find some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, right. Central vacs are coming back. We've had a few people request those. And then laundry chutes. We've done a few
I was
of
going to
those.
ask about laundry chutes.
Yeah, I love that.
I love a laundry chute.
Which is a great option. I always try to encourage people with multiple level homes. Let's do more than one washer and dryer in your house too. That's a big option that people do. You don't have to have 2 laundry rooms, but we can do like a stackable unit.
Upstairs,
and a
downstairs,
closet.
maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, laundry chutes. We've done a few of those recently too.
Anything new and intriguing in the master bedroom design? Like maybe a stripper pole or mirrors on the ceiling?
I haven't had that. I mean, we've had a few people ask for like secret doors and closets
get
and
to the
stuff.
master?
Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, that could be a thing.
Really?
I don't know what you're doing in there. And we've had a client like specifically want a secret room with no windows and stuff, but it was like not a basement style. So I was again like, well, what are you gonna do in there? I did ask. He's like, I'm a gamer. I was like, sure.
That's weird. I'm going to store children in here.
You never know.
That's wild. No carpet in bathrooms.
God, no. That would be definitely, I'm looking you in the eye saying no.
Absolutely not.
Not doing that. What are some other...
But bedrooms, though, you should have carpet in.
We encourage people not to do carpet in bedrooms. Get a beautiful rug.
Really?
But
what about kids' room? Yeah, like kids'
We still have clients that do carpet in kids' rooms, and even their primary bedrooms. It's, again, a personal preference. And carpets come a long way. There's luxury lines out there that look really good, too. But I'm, again, all about your home. I want it to feel and function how you want. But if you were to ask me, I would say no carpet.
Yep. My wife sent me something where it was like, you should prep to sell your house every year. It was like that kind of idea.
Like a maintenance.
Yeah, like you're not going to sell it, but you prep it. So like 100%. Whether it's walls or whatever, which got me thinking like what if I were to switch out fixtures or like maybe that's a thing or cabinet
Hardware.
knobs.
Yeah.
Hardware. Are there brands or things that you guys love working with that people should hear about, like for just basic upgrade stuff? Or
Oh, sure. And again, like we have big swings with clients and budgets, but we work a lot with Ferguson because they have hardware, lighting, plumbing, and appliances, and their website is super interactive. So we could like create a board for our client, put notes on there and send it to them, and then they can review it and edit and stuff. So that's a really cool feature that that company has. And then we have clients that are like more on like an affordable budget, and we have trade partnerships with like Wayfair or Joss and Main, and you can get those type of things on there for super affordable. And then we have like luxury clients who want like rejuvenations and visual comfort and just
right.
no dollar signs they see. So
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to get that, right?
Yeah.
You get
It
your
is.
Yes.
your
try a
vision
lot
to
of
come
stuff.
true.
yeah, it is nice.
Framing wallpaper. I saw this. Is this a thing? Is it? I just can't wrap my mind around it.
Like framing wallpaper?
They're like putting wallpaper up and then framing it,
like with molding?
molding.
Okay. I would say,
What style would that be?
yeah, I would say maybe.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah. It needs to be done right?
Right.
You know,
Right.
with everything. Like if it's done right, it could look good.
Are you guys doing a lot of wallpaper now?
I feel like maybe in like powder rooms or just like specialty areas, but it's definitely a thing. Like I think
Yeah.
at least every house there's an ask of a wallpaper in some location now.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate wallpaper,
Yeah, that's most people though.
Yeah.
but everybody's asking for it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's come around. I mean, it is really cool. I like wallpaper to some extent. Kerri and I are both very neutral, organic, textured gals.
Yeah.
So like heavy patterns and bright colors, we're not the designers for you.
Do you guys do commercial stuff? Like
We do.
Offices.
We do and we will. Yeah, and we have. Yeah, we've done new construction for commercial spaces, like dental offices and stuff. And then we've done just where we come in and do the waiting room and the furniture and the decor.
Right.
So, yeah.
how about virtual? Like if somebody was out of state.
I do that still sometimes with Florida clients, but only if they're remodeling or building. It has to be with someone I've worked with before. But like furniture and decor, I mean, we could do that for anyone. So we don't heavily market that right now. But definitely would do it. Yeah.
Okay. Have you run into any big blunders with contractors where like you guys have laid things out and the contractor just botches it?
I would
Especially like I think of the luxury, like
yeah. I would say I've been doing this for 10 years and construction design for 6 of that.
yeah,
Every project you learn something, and every project something may not perfectly get executed and it may not be one person's fault, but
right.
it is every project.
Oh,
yeah.
That there's some
There's just, I mean, there's
There's a lot of people.
a lot
that
of
be
people, moving parts, a lot of information. But most recently, Kerri and I have worked on this design book that we've developed for builders, and it's anywhere from 30 to 60 pages of specifications and designs that we're handing to the build team to say, like, we've worked with the client. This is what they want. This is how we want it measured out and executed.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, we really only partner with people who have really good craftsmanship and quality anyway. So it's not a huge concern. We really obviously we want to work with the best, right? So
Yeah. Do you have any shout out people that you want to like that are builders or contractors that do more high end stuff?
I feel like there's a handful in our area. Obviously, we worked closely and still partner with Gallup Design Build, but Blythe Building does great custom homes. Birch Home Builders is starting to do a lot of really cool things that has caught our eye most recently. Those are like the 3 that I personally know. But we're down to work with whoever, you know.
What about custom woodworkers?
Those are hard to find.
Yeah, like is there anybody around the area that you could, if somebody wanted a lot of wood?
I feel like I could totally source one out.
Right.
The one that we love works directly with a builder, so we're not allowed to source him out on his own. But they're really hard to find, and they're usually very expensive.
Yeah. Yep. Are the fireplaces big here down south?
I mean, everyone has a fireplace, which was foreign to me coming from Florida. But
Yeah, they have them in Florida? Not much.
no, not really.
Yeah.
Very rare. But here we're doing anywhere from 1 to 3 in houses now.
Really? Just for the look?
I mean, to me, it would be. Some people use them. But there's always one on the back porch, whether it's gas or wood burning. And same inside, we do wood burning or gas. But like when I did my library, I put one in there.
Yeah.
Have I ever used it? No, but it looks cool.
Is it gas? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a big fire hazard,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just
It always
keep
just
it there for the look,
smells
but
like
don't
gas.
do anything with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And those have a crazy
Oh, yeah.
range of pricing too. So that's another thing that I feel like is a good skill set for me and Kerri that kind of sets us apart. Is we'll also give you product education while you're designing and like doing your floor plans and selections. Like we're gonna talk you through what materials you can use and help you with the cost and try to work within budgets and functions. And I think that that's a skill set for construction design that is more rare for an interior designer.
Do you guys get into fashion at all?
Yeah.
You into fashion?
Yeah.
Not right now, but
Yeah, I would say that like fashion, interior design, we both were reading this thing the other day. It was like, if you love interior design, you love fashion, you love
Right.
art.
you
And
see
it's,
beauty whenever it's
Yeah.
around.
it's, yeah.
That's what I always wonder is how you develop that eye. Like, do you guys remember back like when you were just, you do?
I was one of those kids that would like rearrange their room when they were younger. And like for Christmas or birthday, I'd be like, can I please get a new comforter and bed frame? And like, I was always just changing things up because I'm also one of those people that like my environment kind of sets the tone for me. And I feel like that's for a lot of people, right? You want your home to feel like safe or inspiring or fun. Like everyone uses a different word. So that's super fulfilling. It's just like making someone's home feel really good to them is the sole purpose. It's going to look cool and look great. Yeah. But that's not the main reason, right?
And when you nail it, you realize like why design is so important.
Yeah.
Because you know that person will love their home, they'll love being in it, and they won't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get anybody that cries?
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you do reveals kind of like HGTV or no? Like, stay out of this room until?
No. I wish we did. But no, we don't do reveals because obviously if it's construction, they're there while it's happening.
Right.
And even with interior styling, like we're not in a place right now where we have a warehouse that we're shipping stuff to do a reveal. So we're like, stuff gets shipped to the client's house and then they can kind of look at it before we come install and set up. So, but yes, like I've had people cry a lot.
Yeah. Great.
Good tears.
Good
tears.
Have you had anyone start crying bad tears?
I want to say yeah, but it's happened.
No, this is not.
This is
it's
awkward.
I picture it like when you get a haircut and you tell them what you want and they spin you around so you can't see, and then you spin around and it's exactly the opposite of what you said.
I've had people cry not because they're disappointed in they're just overwhelmed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially when they're doing a home build. So that's why partnering with builders and who have great processes and we have great processes eliminates that for them, hopefully. But yeah, more so because they're overwhelmed and stressed.
Yeah. What are some other things that are timeless? Like, is there anything that comes to mind when you think of like, I don't know, maybe stuff you've done or furniture or
I think like art. I mean, art can sometimes take a while to source like that perfect piece.
Yeah.
But then once you find it, you know you've invested in it.
right?
You're not gonna want to like change it.
That's not something you can change out a lot.
yeah,
if it-
you'll love it forever.
Yeah. I just like certain textures and materials. Like wood
Textures
stone.
is hilarious. That's funny to me.
You don't throw that word out
Like
often.
Like this texture is timeless.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Like, oh,
like-
this is smooth.
Yeah, like
Oh, this roughness.
Well, I guess texture and material can go together. I'm thinking like marbles or
Yeah.
some woods and stuff. Like there's certain ones that are timeless. Yeah.
And I've heard that you should have every picture, the middle of it at 60 inches, no matter how tall the ceilings
60?
are.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
5
agree
feet.
with that.
No.
But
All
I've
right, that's
totally
good.
seen that.
Have you?
Yeah.
It would
Honestly-
make sense to me because I have zero clue. So if someone asked me to hang it, I'd be like,
Walk in your house.
someone told me 60 inches, so that sounds right.
That's more like, to me, depends on the scale of the space and what you're hanging. But we do use 60 inches all the time when we're hanging bath accessories like towel hooks and towel rods and stuff. Like that's the perfect height for your towel to on the wall.
Didn't know that. I just put
That's
in two
good.
little hooks.
You,
I bet
how
they're
high did you
60
go?
I bet they're
They're
close.
probably 70.
They're right at. We are a little taller. Now let's talk Crosby's house
Yeah,
because we mutually know the Crosbys.
we do.
She didn't put lights in. So tell me about lights.
First of all, I love Rachel. She was so fun to work with.
Yeah.
We met her as a client and then she became a
Yeah.
dear friend. I love her. But she was so adamant on no can lights
Yes.
and just removing lights in certain places. And I was like, oh my God. And she opened my eyes to
Is
a
that
new
a
world.
whole? Yeah.
Yeah.
That seemed wild to me.
She was so funny.
So did you guys had to find like a bunch of lamps and things, right? That you just plug into the wall? Like that's what she wanted? It's like
No, she still has lights, but like we did remove can lights and we used, I don't even know what we called them.
Bulb lights? think
I
they
guess
were
bulb
called,
lights.
kind of.
what about
I
the
mean,
glowing stuff like around the floors?
Like
In the
LED
kitchen.
lights.
Yeah, I've seen it in
Yeah.
the kitchen a lot. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. The cabinet vendor we love to work with, he does integrated lighting and all sorts of stuff. But like the toe kicks around the kitchen and in the shelves and stuff, integrating lighting is, I think, a huge thing that people are starting to ask for. Yeah, more of just like the
It's a good
ambient
mood
line.
setter.
Yeah.
Are a lot of lights what are they? Not transition, dimmer.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
everybody? I feel like everything's dimmer now. Or in the
I
house.
highly recommend dimmers on most things
Yeah.
because, you know, you don't always need all the bright lights on. And that's something to think about when you're building and you're doing your electrical rough end. You're going to say, hey,
Yeah.
what kind of light am I going to put here? You know, am I ever going to want to dim it? And that's something we remind our clients of because you think about it sometimes too late and you can still change it. But, you know,
Yeah.
we try to help people think about things before they're executed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rachel taught me a lot about downspouts,
Yeah.
and they don't just have to be the old, and gutters. They don't have to be the old way of doing it.
It's like a rain chain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was
Yeah.
called. And
Rachel did rain chains. Yeah, it still functions, but it
Looks better.
looks way better. And
Are
you
you
can't put it in every corner, of course, because
Right.
you need those heavy rains to get directed.
It's
but
like it's too many body piercings. You gotta have a few, but that's you can go overboard.
yes, and their house is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
and Rachel was an ideal client for Kerri and I too because our styles are very similar.
Right.
So that was just a really fun project to work on.
Murals. Are people doing any murals? Where like you're bringing in a painter?
Yes, people are doing that.
Really?
Yeah, we have
Where at?
that's awesome.
like where in the house?
Yeah. What part of the house? They like living room?
I've had someone do it in a powder room.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We have a client now having like going down their stairs, like a Lake Murray type map setting, a
Oh,
very nautical
no.
type.
On the
mural.
stairs?
Well, on the wall, like
Oh,
going
okay,
down the
okay.
stairs. But
It
yeah,
would be like a treasure map where you're like walking.
right here.
I picture in dodgeball when you go into the Ben Stiller's gym and there's a big like photo of him with it like muscled up. Has anyone ever done a photo of themselves in
No.
the house?
like a large one.
Not that I've
or
seen.
a mural of themselves.
They could have added it after we left.
Yeah, they'd probably be too
Save that for
embarrassed.
when they're gone. Leave this massive wall blank for me, please. All right, and the last thing I had was windows, like coverings. What's
Yeah.
happening there? We do an electronic press a button deal? Are we
Yeah.
old school curtains, blinds?
No blinds.
You're out. Blinds,
Blinds
are
are
out. They're
out.
like plasticky,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
I won't encourage that.
Okay, with you.
But
What
yes,
is it? Curtains instead then? instead of blinds?
Well, just not the plasticky blinds, right?
I don't like any blinds.
What's the pull down thing? Is that called
Like
a
a
blind?
Roman
Like the
shade.
whole.
Yeah, we like Roman
shade,
shades
yeah,
or
yeah.
roller shades. So they can be a fabric, and they can be minimal, or they can be a decor feature, a design feature. We love electronic shades. Those are also like a roller shade.
Yeah.
And then curtains, there's a time and place for them, but we love those too. But I don't like blinds.
Floor to ceiling curtains, is that standard?
Yes, you need to have
You
the
go to the
scale
ceiling, like even with a 10-footer, you're going to the
right.
top.
Yeah.
Really?
A few inches below your
Yes.
crown. Yeah. Yeah.
As
Good
high
to
as you
know.
can go.
Yeah.
And then they
Seems
need
right.
to. Do they need to dangle to touch the floor? Just brush it, or
We like
do
to
you want
call
a
it
little-
you're kissing the floor. Like
Okay.
you're just right there.
just an inch or
Yeah.
two? Just
You
the
can-
tip.
Just the tip. You can puddle them a little bit, and that's a look.
Right.
But if you have kids and a dog, I wouldn't
Right.
encourage that.
Yep. All right.
Modeling is a look. Wait, Southern Mod.
Yeah.
How'd you guys come up with the name?
Ooh.
Oh, good question. Honestly, I felt like it just described mine and Kerri's design style because I feel like that's our niche that makes us a little different from Southern interior designers is like we love Southern and the fact of traditional design, but we definitely have more of a modern take on it. So we really wanted to blend that. We wanted to say it's okay to bring modern elements to the South. Like it's not it's not a no-no here. So that kind of just was like helping our niche.
I'm hoping that things keep getting more modern personally.
Yes.
I moved here from Canada where
Yeah.
there's a lot of modern
Sure.
things and just in general the
Yeah.
country's not that old, so it's
Right.
it's newer stuff. And then I moved here and I couldn't get any of the
Yeah.
sleek modern look that I want. Everything was very
Sure.
traditional.
More and more, I feel like you're starting to see it. Like, I was driving around this weekend with my husband, and I was like, "Oh, look, someone did a like almost black house with stone and stuff." And like a couple years ago, like people would have been freaked out about that.
Right.
Yes.
So,
HOA. That's the problem with HOAs too, is sometimes they keep places stuck in time.
yeah.
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 And they're always run by 75-year-olds who
They're like,
don't like painted brick, don't like
Dark
anything
colors.
sleek, dark. Yep.
yeah.
Cool. So tell people how they can reach you, how they can support you.
Sure. So we have our website, southernmodinteriors.com, and we have a connect with us button on there. So it comes directly to my email. We're both on Instagram. Mine is Southern Mod Interiors, and Kerri's is
Kerri Jean Hubbard.
her name.
And do you guys do cell phones?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can
No
call
work
me.
phone?
No,
All in one.
all in
in
one.
one.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's dangerous.
Send photos.
Yeah.
Send
Yeah.
nudies.
Yeah. My youngest has like
Yeah.
FaceTimed and sent people
Really?
from work stuff before. So don't give your children your phone. You never know who they're going to call.
Great.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you
This
for
was great.
having us. Yeah.
We're here for the health of it.
For the health of it.